enemy when you are trying to lose weight and on a fitness journey. Because basically, if you're using the scale, right, you're only measuring like overall loss, right? It doesn't compensate for the fact that you're building muscle at the same time.
At the same time.
So basically, I think what people should do when they're starting is just Google what a kilogram of fat versus a kilogram of muscle looks like.
Okay.
Right? So I showed you the picture. Like a kilogram of muscle is a much smaller amount, like looking thing than a kilogram of fat.
Yeah.
So if your scale weight's staying exactly the same, right? And you can see your strength is going up, you're getting more physically fit, right? You're obviously building muscle. So if your scale weight's staying the same, you have to be losing something to compensate for the muscle growth, right? And that would be fat for most people.
So the major frustration that people be having is how come I'm training so hard but the scale is not moving. Sometimes it's like going up and going down.
So,
like what's happening, what's going on, because I'm putting in the work.
So I mean, you also have to, like, standing on the scale all the time is actually dangerous. Like, it's not a good measure because you can be retaining water. If, let's say, you have a day where you eat a lot of carbohydrates, carbohydrates have lots of water in them. They make you retain water. So that's not a good measure. And then when you're training all the time, you're building muscle. Like, that is what you do when you're training, right? So if your scale is, let's say, staying around the same weight, right? You are building muscle, but you have to be, in order to gain muscle mass, you must be losing mass somewhere else. And for most people, that would be fat mass that you are losing. So as you're building muscle, you're losing fat, and hence the scale is just staying the same. So in order to build a kilogram of muscle, if your scale weight hasn't changed, you must have lost a kilogram of fat. Right? And then if you look at the size difference, like a kilogram of muscle is like that big, maybe.
But people want to see results, man. People are visual creatures. They want to see the end. They want to see the time going away.
But you will. Like, over time, you just have to give it time. Some people burn fat really quickly. Some people, especially women, burn it a little bit slower. Like, everybody's progress is different. So you will, I mean, my muscle mass, even just like looks wise, is completely different to when we started. Right? Like, my stomach's more flat. Like, I can actually have some definition and tone muscles. When we started, there was nothing there other than fat. So, like, you kind of have to give yourself time. Don't only base your motivation on seeing instant results, because you will lose that motivation really quickly.
And you said that, you said the word motivation.
It needs to be taken out of the fitness industry completely, because even this morning I had no motivation to come here at 5:30.
But you showed up.
I was dreading having to come and work out at 5:30. But I showed up. Now I feel really great because I did work out at 5:30.
Feel like you achieved something.
And now I can go to work, enjoy my day, go home after work.
So which brings me to this question. What is then the most appropriate mindsets one can have when they're starting their weight loss journey?
You just have to be consistent. Show up for yourself. Like, don't show up for anybody else. If you're doing it to look good for somebody else, you're gonna lose motivation, right? You need to be consistent for yourself. So just show up. Like this morning, I really, really, really did not feel it. When I woke up this morning, I could have easily have stayed in bed and only left for work now, and got that extra hour of sleep. But I will definitely not feel as good then as now, right? So I just decided to show up, and I had a great workout, and now I feel good. I'll have a good day of work.
You know what? The big question is, what timeline are you using? Because most people, they'll be using short timelines or timelines of their husbands, of their friends, of their partners, whereby if you do not hit those timelines of your partner, and then they get disappointed, you get disappointed, you feel like you're not winning. So what is the right timeline one should use when they are in their weight loss journey?
So, I mean, give yourself a long time. So give yourself a year, right? I think a year is a good amount of time to see a significant change in, first of all, your mental state, because I think that's the first part of a fitness journey, is fixing your head, actually.
100%.
Before you worry
100%.
About your diet and your exercise and all of that, you got to get your head into it. So give yourself a year so you can have time to fix your head, have time to fix your diet, have time to start training and start slow. But if you set, like, you can have short-term goals, right? Like, I want to lift a certain weight, or I want to be a little bit more fit. Yeah, be able to run a kilometer, let's say, to start, right? I want to be able to run a kilometer in a month. That's an okay goal if you show up every day and run a little bit. But if you want to see like a physical change, give yourself a year. Like take a photo of yourself, and then look at yourself even in 6 months, and then take another photo in a year's time, and you'll be two different people if you just keep showing up.
Just keep showing up. So
Yeah.
the timeline is stretched into like a year,
Yeah,
2 years. I was listening to this guy who was like, most people are measuring in days, in
Days.
months, while I'm measuring in years.
Yes.
So if in certain months or days I'm not where I'm trying to be, then they are right. Yeah, that's okay. You're not yet
Where you want to be,
exactly.
but you
But
still
now,
have time, right?
problem is you are measuring in days. I'm measuring in years.
Yes, yeah.
In 3 years, I'll be exactly where I see myself.
Exactly,
No,
and
or
you
rather
will
to
still
be.
be giving up because you didn't achieve what you wanted to do in
100%.
days. Yeah.
So
exactly.
the main thing is just like stretch your timeline. Don't be like, it's not a quick fix. It's not a quick fix.
And especially with like a weight loss journey, you're trying to change a very set in lifestyle.
Yeah.
Remember, you've lived a certain way for a really long time,
And then now you
and now you're trying to change your
change it to us
entire
in 2
lifestyle.
months. In 2 months you can't. No ways. Yeah,
So
that's
you're
quite
trying to build
interesting.
new healthy habits and stuff. You're trying to incorporate into a lifestyle. So like, yes, you can do a rapid change in 3 months, but there's no ways you're going to keep that up, right? So you'll get to whatever goal you set, and then you're like, cool, and then it's all going to fall apart. But if you give yourself a lot of time, you incorporate this, and this becomes your new life.
Your
right?
new life.
Yeah.
So like, what are systems that one can actually use to keep on track for this whole year? Because a year is a long time, right? So how do you then stay in line, stay in alignment? What systems and structures one can use
I mean, I think you have
on
to...
top of the mindset? Because the mindset is one of them.
Mindset's the big one.
Yeah.
I think for me, it helped put myself like on a routine, right? Like I know I train with you 3 times a week, right? And I will show up those 3 times, right? And then I do all the other things on top of that. But I think having someone that holds you a bit accountable helps a lot. And whether that's a trainer or a family member or a friend, just having someone that holds you accountable makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you give up on yourself a little bit, but everyone else is seeing the progress that you're making, right? And then just like the biggest mindset is just show up. Like even if you don't feel like it, show up. Because like I said today, I really didn't feel like training this morning. It took everything in me to get out of bed and get dressed and actually come. And now I'm so glad that I did because I had such a good session, right? And I would have felt guilty and bad if I hadn't come.
If you hadn't come.
Yeah.
No, man, that's thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. So just to nutshell all of this, what would you say to people who are in like their weight loss journey? What advices would you give to them?
Probably be nice to yourself in the beginning. It's okay to fail. Like
Sometimes it's not okay to fail. Eh?
no, but it is.
Sometimes
As long
it
as you
doesn't feel
learn.
so good. So
But it's
that's
okay
what I
to
mean.
fail as long as you learn from failure, right? So you got to
I
take
see.
something from the failure. Like as long as you take it and keep trying, right? Like it's okay to fail if you try again.
If you try
Yeah.
again.
Like it's not okay
It's
to
okay
fail
to
and
fail
give
if you
up.
try again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a potent one. That's a
Yeah.
potent one.
Because you are gonna fail sometimes, and that really is okay. Because I think a lot of people take failure like then they just give up. Once they have one moment of weakness or one moment of failure, that's it. The journey's over. Like so, just be nice to yourself. It's okay to fail. It's okay to mess up sometimes. But like as long as you keep showing up and you keep trying again, and you keep holding yourself accountable, then yeah,
And then
it makes it a huge difference.
it's gonna compound, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, how would you think compound interest with the whole weight loss journey?
Well, I mean, the more you put in, gym is one of the only relationships where you're guaranteed what you put in is what you get out in your life.
Such an investment, eh?
Yeah, it is the only relationship in your life where you are guaranteed whatever you put into the gym, you will get out of the gym. So-
And yeah, proceed.
So, I mean, invest your time, invest your energy. Be a little sore sometimes. The pain's actually nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are there any like practical? I know all you've shared is very much practical, but are there any other just like 3 practical things that because most people will want something pinpointed and then they will move. So if you be like go from A to B using this direction, then people will move. So is there any A, B, C that you can pinpoint that one can
mean,
take today?
For me,
to
that
make
what
their
really
life
helped
better?
was getting a trainer, to be honest.
Okay, cool.
That
Get
was
a trainer.
Yeah, because you guys know what you're doing. The gym is a very anxious place when you don't know what you're doing.
Mm.
You know, it's very intimidating. You got all the gym bros doing their thing, and then you're like,
Flexing their
Yeah.
triceps.
and you're like, I don't even know how to use the machine. So
Yeah.
that's one would be definitely get a trainer. Two would be actually involve your friends in your journey, I would say. So let them be the judge of how you're doing sometimes as well, because it's very hard. Don't judge yourself, because you see yourself every day. You're not going to see the changes, right? Your friends, your family, your trainer, they're going to be able to give you,
because they're outside.
yeah, they're not looking at you from your very, very judgmental goggles on yourself.
Yeah, from a very, very shallow mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like honestly, the third one is just show up. Really, just like even if you show up by yourself and you train for 20 minutes, just show up and do something. Because the more you show up, the more it becomes part of your lifestyle, right?
You're programming yourself.
Because sometimes the hardest part about starting a gym is actually coming to the gym and just being here.
Even just walking around.
Yeah, just even
Yeah.
hop on a treadmill for 20 minutes, you know, just to build your confidence. But like just showing up, I don't know, for me that was when I first started coming to the gym by myself, was like, it was so intimidating just to come to the gym, let alone actually work out, like just even showing up. So once I started showing up, then that part became easier. Then I started to work out more confidently, and then now that I have a trainer, now I work out super confidently, even when I'm by myself now.
And tell me about your journey. What have you, for how long have you been training? 3 months, right? 3.5 months.
4 months now.
Okay,
yeah.
4 months, rounding up 4 months.
Yeah.
What have you achieved?
I mean, I've definitely, first of all, my mindset's completely different.
Okay,
So
mindset,
fix my head a lot. My diet,
diet.
you know. And I mean, I am consistent now. I come to the gym at least 4 or 5 times a week, which is consistent. My cardiovascular fitness is like incomparable to when I started. And just
Any
even,
details, maybe like your
I mean,
fat percentage, centimeter of weight
I mean,
loss?
my centimeters, like the last time we measured, which was at the end of the 3rd month, I had lost 5 centimeters around my waist. And like,
And that's been a
yeah.
long time.
It was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So I mean, if
Can
we
you
measure
imagine that,
again,
yeah.
I mean, I've dropped clothes sizes since we started.
Mm.
So, yeah, I've dropped pant size, and all my clothes are like super baggy now.
Ah,
Yeah.
you see now, you have your own,
Measure.
exactly,
So
own
that blue
benchmark.
T-shirt that I wear all the time, that was like remember when we started, it was tight.
That's
And
what's tight.
Now it's like, I kind of wear it like a dress.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Any other things? So your mindset, your
Mindset.
dresses.
My strength. I mean,
yeah.
we were pushing like heavyweight today, and I was managing actually okay, and for 15 reps versus the 5 reps that we started with.
100%.
Yeah.
Now I can incorporate so many things into one session because you've got the ability to carry through, right?
The strength, and even just the mental endurance to keep going, you know, like when it starts to hurt and stuff like that. Because in the beginning, if it started to hurt, I'd be like, cool, nah, can't do it. Or if I had to use a little extra pull to get it to move, I was like, yeah, it's too hard. Now I'm like, okay, cool, let's try.
Okay. Jess, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And thank you for sharing with the work-life balance family. Yeah?
Thank you.
Well appreciated.